Like MCU superheroes, the villains also have their fan base. Some of these villains are ordinary people who've been given great power but have dreadful ambitions, while others are cosmic forces of destruction and determined to have their way in the universe. With different characters and superpowers, here are the top 10 most powerful MCU villains. Before we get further, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified by our latest videos. Alright, let's get to it. At number 10, Ironmonger. Ironmonger was one of the deadliest enemies in MCU. Obadiah Stane was Tony Stark's business partner, but as time passed, he grew jealous of him and plotted to kill Stark so that he could take over Stark Industries. He came close to succeeding, but his attack was the driving force behind the development of the arc reactor and the Iron Man armor. Stane would build his arc reactor secretly and eventually take matters into his own hands, posing as Ironmonger and attacking Iron Man. Ironmonger's armor wasn't as advanced as Iron Man's, but it was still incredibly powerful, and he nearly extinguished the MCU's biggest star before he had a chance to shine. At number 9, Curse. If Thor was almost defeated by any enemy, Curse was one of them. Malekith's muscle in his war for the Aether, the Asgardian name for the Reality Stone, was Curse, a dark elf empowered by the Cursed Stone. Curse was able to battle toe-to-toe with Thor himself and make all the more so by his fighting prowess as a member of the Dark Elf army. Thor was pushed to his limits by Curse, and he only came out on top by the skin of his teeth. At number 8, the Extremist Soldiers. When Stark rejected scientist Aldrich Killian, Killian founded AIM and decided to take revenge, creating the Extremist virus. Stark would seek vengeance after becoming Iron Man, using the Extremist virus to provide superpowers to 3 troops. Extremists granted individuals infected enormous power, and those who possessed it were able to give Iron Man some of his toughest fights, with an Extremist-enhanced Killian nearly beating the Armored Avenger until Iron Man summoned out all of his other armors, as well as granting Pepper Potts her suit of armor. And number 7, Mysterio. When Tony Stark had softened greatly over the years, his ego caused numerous issues. Quentin Beck was a Stark Industries employee who was mistreated by the company, with Stark rejecting his work and leading him down the dark road. But after perfecting his holographic technology, he came back with evil intentions after Stark's death. Although he was defeated by Spider-Man, he pushed Spider-Man to his limits. At number 6, Ultron. Ultron was created to assist the world. Following Loki and the Chitauri's invasion of New York, Iron Man and Banner set out to build robots to aid in the fight against threats, and they used the Mind Stone found in Loki's scepter to develop an AI that could assist them. Ultron, on the other hand, concluded that the greatest way to end all threats to Earth was to destroy humanity, and it hadn't been for the Avengers' might, he would have succeeded. Ultron pushed their team to the limits, even though he was destroyed. At number 5, Loki. Loki was called the God of Mischief. He fought his brother Thor to take control over Asgard. Before being killed by Thanos, he was able to take over Asgard by posing as Odin. Loki's magic and fighting ability allowed him to be a terrible danger to the heroes when he wanted to be, but also a great help when he wanted to be. The Avengers would defeat the God of Mischief, and his subsequent appearances would be less evil, with his squad working alongside his brother on multiple occasions. At number 4, Hela. The Valkyries, Asgard's formidable warrior women, were killed by Hela, the goddess of the dead. After Odin's death, she would return, smash Mjolnir to bits, and take control of Asgard. Hela was capable of defeating almost any Asgardian she encountered. Thor and Loki had no choice but to go nuclear to defeat her, hitting her and her zombie armies against the strength of the fire demon Surtur, in a fight that devastated Asgard and separated its residents. And number 3, Ego. The Guardians of the Galaxy had never encountered a formidable power like Ego. His body was simply expressing a huge planetary organism, one that almost spelled disaster for the team. Ego's power levels were out of this world, and killing him required to getting the heart of his planet and destroying him. He could quickly dispatch things weaker than him, thus this was incredibly difficult. Only Star-Lord's power bestowed upon him as a child saved the universe from Ego's evil schemes. And number 2, Thanos. Thanos, one of the most terrifying beings in the universe, was concerned with finding balance after his homeworld was destroyed. In a crazed effort to ensure that the universe's resources weren't destroyed, he would destroy half the people of any country he came across while traveling the galaxy. He eventually set out to seize power for the Infinity Stones to make things easier. Thanos was a formidable opponent even without the Infinity Stones. When a former version of him arrived in a post-snap reality, he was able to defeat almost every hero on the planet, and he only lost because Iron Man was able to obtain the Infinity Gauntlet and erase his army. And at number 1, Dormammu. Dormammu made a brief appearance in Doctor Strange, but he is the most powerful being of any of the MCU's heroes has ever encountered. Even if Thanos gets all the credit, he'd have a hard time defeating Dormammu without the help of an Infinity Stone, which was the only way Doctor Strange could defeat the villain after multiple attempts. He's the Emperor of his dark dimension, and his power levels are unknown, although they must be enormous, as even Doctor Strange had no chance of hurting him. Dormammu is still hiding in the shadows, as his defeat was more of a ceasefire than anything else. Well guys, that's it for this one. What'd you think about our video? Let us know in the comments below. If you're new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell to get notified of our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.